Michael Jordan. Yeah. Shout out. All right, welcome. So let's get this party started. Coolest podcast in the world. So, for everyone at home today, we are drinking Mission Brewery Shipwrecked Double IPA. You guys don't need we're not getting paid for this, but let's Yeah, nobody can see this. Nobody.
They can't see you. Fuck it.
Are we buzzed already? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
all right, let's get going.
All right. Well, if you're listening to this, we'll still do a pretty all right job.
We did barley wine shots too.
We did barley wine shots for sure.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that was $16 bottle. Oh, cheers, brothers.
Oh, cheers. Thanks for having me.
This is Two Cool Brothers, episode 3. We got the homie Andres Pelaez here, producer, college graduate, UC Riverside graduate, also former mentee. Should we go into how we know each other?
Yeah, I think that would probably be best, yeah.
Alright, so basically, I might have explained this to you, but how we know each other is we were both in this English program, English class, Puente, where basically it was trying to get more Mexicans and Latinos in the universities and up our statistics. So it's also kind of like honors English class in high school. Now, as a freshman, they assign you a junior who's already in that program. So I have someone who is older than me, 2 years older than me, who would mentor me and would check in with me weekly. And then when I became a junior, he was an incoming freshman. So they basically like assign who they feel like matches well with you.
Yeah.
And they put me and him together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what a shame, right? But
So you
did well though.
But you
know
guys
what?
didn't get to choose
I
each
did
other.
okay. You
just...
graduated college, so hey, that's not bad. I didn't graduate high school, but he graduated college, so shit works out. You did a terrible job mentoring me from below. We'll say that out loud. But no, hey, all things considered, hey, how many others got theirs to graduate? Right? What? I'm not gonna take credit for it, but facts are facts.
Yeah, that's true. I guess, yeah.
I have an associate's degree.
There we go.
Damn.
So you have 2 degrees here.
I ended up getting my diploma though. I got it. I missed graduating, by the way, by 10 credits.
I missed graduating from high school by my math class. And when I talked to my teacher, Mrs. Warren, she's all like, you missed one question. If you got one question, you would have graduated.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah. I went to, so they had, so I do have a real high school diploma. So I just had to go back to we went to adult school.
Did you get to walk or no? You didn't get to walk.
No, I didn't get to walk.
Me neither.
I really don't give a shit about that either.
When I found out how much I missed it by,
not the greatest,
yeah.
I mean, like when you get older, like I kind of glad that I did because I got my actual high school diploma, but like you didn't get a walk, which I really don't care about. It's just all like hullabaloo or bullshit anyway. But but yeah, it's just like I have a really sorted high school. I don't want to get into it because it's really sorted, but I wasn't a really good student.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that it's like I read about things and I go see therapists and they're like usually people who have like a kind of creative or kind of anti thing about life you kind of just don't excel at school.
No, school's not for everyone. Like I say that just from experience. It's just not. It literally isn't for anyone. Like I was forced to do it by him and like parents.
I did a good job at it.
Yeah, he did. He
graduated college.
He did a good job at it. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't. I honestly hate the school for the life of me. I don't ever want to go back. It's so fucking shitty. Like I really don't like school.
You took it as far as you can take it too. Like I ended up going to college because I didn't. Even out of high school, I still didn't really know what I wanted to do. I always thought the move would be like become a doctor, just go to community college and then get my credits and then bam, doctor happens. But I ended up dropping out of college after like a year and a half. I was getting credits and I was like triple majoring for no reason. I was doing biology classes. I was doing my basic like English and whatever classes, and I was also taking music classes too.
Okay.
for no, and like, what career are you gonna have like a musical doctor? You know.
Fuck it, do you music therapy? That's a thing.
I wish I would have known that before I dropped out.
I went to once I actually, cause I went to a continuation school right after high school, and to make it my credits so I can get my diploma. And one thing I went to a music theory class because I love music.
I took that class too.
And I was the biggest I think it was more of the the teacher or whatever in music theory because she thought music should be a theory, like reading is a theory, like music is proper.
Okay.
Art is not proper. And I think the less that art and music is less proper. Mm-hmm. Like when I hear bands that are just everything is we have our 4 chords, when everything's in the same note and like that, I don't like that shit.
Really?
I like it when people are just, Keith Richards says
instead of connecting like a B to a D to like whatever on the wheel coordinates with that note.
Yeah, the wheel of fifths.
Mm-hmm.
Or
that would
yeah. Now fuck that. And I like hearing dissonant notes.
Yeah.
And one thing Keith Richards says, which is the most respected thing that I've ever heard a musician say, is when you make music, dead air is a blank canvas. A blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So dead air is your canvas or making music, and he's all throw whatever you have at it.
That's a good way of looking at it.
No, that is a really great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
plus I love the Stones.
Oh yeah.
I never I got into the Stones a little bit, but not as deep as you did. I could never consider myself a fan of the Rolling Stones.
Right, but you love the Beatles, which Beatles are rad too, and other than some of your music, but you do appreciate music.
Yeah, I think with the Beatles, I can legit say I'm a fan because I listen to all Beatles, and I can differentiate. I can name albums that I like everything from even that early stuff they made that was all poppy, she loves you, yeah.
That shit pops though, I like it.
And I love, and I like Sgt. Pepper's, all the Sgt. Pepper's, all the way down to everything they made, from every stage music they're at.
Rolling Stones' answer to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club was her Satanic Majesty's request.
Is that what they really said about that type of shit?
No, that's what the record they made.
For real?
That's
really?
the name of the album.
Okay, I love and appreciate that stuff, but I would like he said, I wouldn't consider myself a true fan because I don't think I've indulged myself enough in those albums to be oh yeah, I know this shit, I know this album, I know songs here and there. But fuck, I didn't know that. That's fucking interesting to know.
Yeah. Well, one thing about the Beatles is I think they kind of are more stripped down sounding than Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones add a lot of stuff, and the Beatles did too. But the Beatles did that once they stopped touring.
Interesting. So, in terms of you saying they added more stuff, did they add more musical elements, or did they just add kind of more to that blank canvas you were talking about earlier? Which way?
I feel the Stones, they kind of
they added. Well,
their music was more when they're making music, they had how it was going to sound live in mind.
Interesting.
And the Beatles did not have that. They were just they were studio musicians. Not to say that they couldn't play that shit live.
No, because they could.
But it was meant to be heard. You know what I'm saying? The Rolling Stones, their music was meant not to necessarily come out of headphones, to come out of their instruments when they play it. On the stage.
Okay, yeah.
Your stage speakers and everything. Beatles not the opposite of that. Beatles are opposite of that.
So since we are talking about music, I just want to put a shout out to Neil Peart.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Neil Peart.
Yeah, he died on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Brain cancer.
Aw.
You know who Neil Peart is?
This is definitely going to be a musical focused podcast.
I'm not too familiar with this.
Yeah, he's a drummer for Rush. And I was kind of thinking somebody said John Bonham is the greatest rock and roll drummer. John Bonham is great, but Neil Peart is all that. No, that's all I'll say about that. Let's talk about you though. You're here. You're our guest.
So no, it's okay. I love fucking music. Music is my I didn't show you this, but I'm pretty sure you know Led Zeppelin. I'm pretty sure you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what this is,
tight.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the main thing. This is the first thing I got before I started actually producing music. For those of you who can't see it, it's Robert Plant's feather. Every member of Led Zeppelin chose a symbol, right? And
I know a girl that has all.
That is Led Zeppelin 4.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin 4. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a band I consider myself like a true fan from, just because you mentioned earlier John Bonham is like my idol. I grew up drumming. Drumming was my favorite thing to do, and John Bonham was the one I looked up to the most and just kind of learned from, because he played fucking crazy. Like, he would just hit the shit crazy, but he would hit it with intent and with purpose in mind, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, you do have a point there. I mean, Neil Peart was more of a technical drummer.
Yeah, and I appreciate that too. That is amazing.
Yeah, but John Bonham is really.
Some would say that he was the difference between Rush being known as like a Canadian Led Zeppelin wannabe to actually being like progressive rock, like a name in progressive rock and having their own sound. It was Neil Peart.
Okay.
And also Neil Peart wrote the lyrics for Rush.
Really?
Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah, well, you know, he was always considered the new guy because Rush had the Rush album, and they had another drummer, John Rutherford or something like that. And then they got Neil Peart, and Neil Peart's like writing all the lyrics.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but
go ahead.
He kind of made them more of like a progressive kind of rock band, you know, to have more like kind of things going on, I guess. I mean, I was listening to Rush when I was a kid, and I got out of them, you know. I'm glad I've seen Neil Peart live. I've seen him live 3 times.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But I wouldn't consider him to be my favorite drummer, though.
Oh, okay. Since we're on that topic, I feel like that'd be cool to talk about. Who's your favorite drummer?
Dale Crover.
Dale Crover. What band?
Melvins.
Melvins. Interesting.
For me, I don't think I fucks with. Let me think about that.
Everyone fucks with drummers, whether you're.
I fucks with drummers heavily,
everybody
but I'm trying
does.
to like identify like who is like my favorite drummer. It'd probably be you named him, and I've been drinking, so I forgot his name. Your favorite drummer?
John Bonham.
John Bonham.
John Bonham. Okay. Yeah, I have 2 actually. I have John Bonham, like I mentioned earlier, and then Dave Grohl from.
Good
you know,
choice.
Nirvana,
Good
Nirvana
choice.
and you know, there's that. You know, he's not the best. Let's be honest. He's not very technical, but like I mentioned with Bonham, I think he was really good in terms of like kind of getting the sound from here and just kind of making it live and then making it sound good. Because it's really hard to kind of, if you're a musician and you're trained, you know how to make things sound.
Right.
But if you're not, it's really hard to coordinate yourself and movements and.
I mean, there's like drummers you could like, you know, pop, 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 pop,
yeah,
you know, and keep like a rhythm,
exactly.
but just to make it interesting. It's
exactly.
Like I think the drummer is like the really most important thing in the band.
I guess in that sense, all right. You guys do you fuck with Anderson .Paak?
Yeah, I love him.
Dude,
I fucking love him. Yeah.
Every time, like, I that's the first thing every time I hear a song of his is I listen out for the drums because they're so like he keeps a rhythm, but also like has his own like melody with the drums too to carry the song through that. Well, I love his drum player will like, especially on Malibu, dude. Every song he plays, I just listen to the drums the
Who's
whole
Anderson
time.
.Paak?
Anderson .Paak is the guy I showed you that he made that song Suede.
Oh yeah,
If I call you a bitch, it's cause you my bitch. And as long as someone else call you a bitch, we won't have no problems. That's she with yeah.
Well, he's a singer guy too.
Yeah, he's a singer.
I mean, I liked what I
Dresses
I liked what I
ridiculous.
saw. I would like.
I can understand if that's not your favorite drummer.
Oh yeah, no.
Is if you pick a drummer in the traditional
See, like
sense,
John
like
Bonham
band,
and Dave Grohl, they're just like, and say with Dave Grohl, Del Crow, they're
Yeah, it's just hard sounding, right?
yeah, and that's their thing. I mean, Anderson .Paak, he's a good drummer, and like, I enjoyed what I saw by him, but like, it's not like,
it's not as dynamic. Like especially what I showed you was only like the tiny desk.
You showed him the interview, the
tiny
show?
desk.
Yeah,
Anderson
the
.Paak.
show. Oh, that
You
is
see Anderson
fantastic.
.Paak's dude.
Yeah, I saw all of it. Yeah.
That's when like I discovered that song because like we take requests, and then when I got a request, and then these 2 girls yelled out "Suede," and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh fuck! Yeah.
I thought that so y'all like being called bitches in this crowd, huh? I thought this was more a crowd with class.
No.
And then he plays. If I call you a bitch, like, oh shit.
No, it's good. Yeah.
In that sense, like in that, it's more his drumming and those 3 songs are more like just not as dynamic. They're more kind of like carrying the beat.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been trained kind of in like the more classical sense, like you said, just kind of carrying the beat. There's dynamics here and there. It's like he'll do a fill here and there, but it's mainly more of like, and I think you've seen too, right?
Like tempo keeping.
Yeah, he keeps the tempo. The thing I like more is just the way he kind of does his vocals and stuff. To me, that's great.
Yeah.
He has a range on him, which is good. But I just don't like when he tries to rap because it doesn't sound the best to me. I don't like that.
What sucks is like whenever you want to show someone Anderson .Paak and you look up his name, his most hits are his rapping things. And I don't care for his rapping.
I don't like those either.
I like when he like sings and like makes some like soulful shit and like some R&B shit.
No, not.
Although like I will say like Ventura is the one where he has like the J. Cole song, the Snoop Dogg one. That was tight. I fucked with that. This shit gon' bang at least 6 summers.
So what do you think of Keith Moon?
Keith Moon? Alright. Don't hate me, but name doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's from The Who.
Trick question, he's not real.
Alright. The Who is another band I'd say like I wouldn't call myself a fan. Just like I really don't.
Kind of like there's a lot of bands that people like you don't know this band. They kind of went over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll play you some Who once we're done.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah. I've listened to The Who a lot. But songs here and there. I never learned band members. Like I learned songs when I was younger. But I enjoy The Who.
He's put me on to The Who just because like he has
They're really good.
Extensive
They're
record
really,
collection.
really good.
This camera doesn't get to see it, but like the record.
No,
what's funny is it's right below the camera.
Yeah, it's right there. It's just I wish we could show. I think another time when you guys do this, you guys should show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, next time, I mean, the more episodes we do, the better it's gonna get, and then we're gonna have like another camera back here.
Yeah.
We'll have an actual producer like cut up like different angles. Right now, it's hard to keep attention when you just have one solid angle. So I just gotta keep building them. But luckily, I feel like with this podcast is I'm pretty okay at it. Yeah. And the guests I bring on, my focus is I want to bring on cool people, so that no matter what the lighting looks like, the sound looks like, when you hear our words, the actual content, it's a decent podcast.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And again, thank you guys for having me.
It helps.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah. No, thank you. Nice to meet both. Like, well, I knew you already, but it was fantastic to meet you. Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
A lot of handshakes today, dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the LBC community.
Thank you.
You ever been in Long Beach? Or is this like your first foray into the LBC?
I've been here before, but not to the nice parts.
Okay.
Not to the nice parts.
No, that's good. That's good though, because that's real Long Beach. This is just a small.
This isn't the nicest part.
No, I like it's nice here, but I've seen I passed by the top end and shit, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't know it was Long Beach, but I've seen the Long Beach where it's like, fuck, this is Long Beach.
It gets sketchy when you start getting into the 50s. Because they number the streets, like anything past 7th, and once you get into the 50s, you're like, oh shit.
Well, there's like Bixby Knolls, and there's like other areas.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to live there unless you want to start a family or like,
Is it more like, it's got like suburbs and stuff down there, or is it just like
there's a lot of suburban areas.
Check this out. So right down the street, around Broadway, me and another of my coworkers were carpooling. So we're getting to the freeway, and we see this school teacher with her kindergarten, whatever class behind her, and they're all on leashes. But they're all, check this out.
What? Okay.
She's holding the one big leash, and the leashes are like this, like they're all connected.
Okay.
Onto this one leash. So she's like walking like a centipede of kids, just like behind her. And they're all wearing purple hats for whatever reason. That's not happening on 57.
No.
That's not happening up there.
No.
But that's like, there's like these little pockets of just like homeliness and bouginess and where the money's at.
Yeah.
And where like...
So you get past like 7th Street.
Mm-hmm.
Like Snoop Dogg is not going in that school. He did not go to elementary.
No, we went down there.
Oh,
that's
hell
for sure.
yeah.
He went to Polytech.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Polytechnic. I used to live by there.
Oh fuck.
I used to live in a lot of neighborhoods in Long Beach.
Oh really?
You kind of like figure out where you want to go.
What's funny though is like there's this like for like ABC7, there's this I don't know what do you call her, newscaster or whatever. This woman there is just like, my name is blah blah blah, and Long Beach is my home, and it's like the whole commercial is like cutscenes of her in different parts of Long Beach,
Uh.
but it's all on like Ocean Avenue, like right by the
It's
beach.
nice parts. It's the
Yeah,
nice parts.
right by the Long Beach Museum of Art. All these like nice parts where all the shots are being filmed at. I'm like, no, that's not Long Beach. That's just like
That's 2 streets.
that's like the balcony of Long Beach.
You know, they have to, like, in San Francisco, like, the last neighborhood I lived in was Lower Haight. So I lived on Haight Street and Webster.
Okay.
Then every day I'd walk out of my door to go to work, and I'd get this, like, you know, people on drugs. You're like, big man, you want some crack? I'm all like, no, I don't. And then I walk out the next day, big man. I'm all, I told you yesterday, no. And then you walk, like 2 blocks down towards DeBose Park. And you wouldn't see that there.
You don't see that there?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, like, blocks are, like, you know, it's kind of weird. And it's like, the thing is, too, is, like, you know, walk to 7th Street, like, go past 1st Street, walk a few blocks. And it gets, like, dicey.
Yeah.
You know? And here is still dicey. Like, I've had 2 bikes stolen since I lived here, 2 bases stolen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta watch stuff.
What's funny is when we want to get rid of things, we just put it out there to where we know. In a spot we know it's going to get stolen.
Yeah.
So the community, we just get back to the community and we get to have more space. Yeah, let's put it out there.
That's smart. I see what you did.
Some would say that's an economy. Some would say that's like making the economy move forward, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We need less things. They need more things. Supply and demand.
There you go. It goes back that way.
It's almost like a trade, you know? It's
Exactly.
a win-win situation. You get back to the community, you know? Some would say we're philanthropists.
Some would say.
Some would say.
Some would say.
The police wouldn't.
But the police would never tell you you're a philanthropist, dude.
Not at all.
No, never.
Oh, but that'd be cool. That'd be hella cool if they did.
Imagine they did. You'd probably feel like the shit.
Imagine one day we get a medal.
From the fucking
all the
cops.
shit from all the shit that we've intentionally put to have stolen.
I mean, if you put it out there, is it really stolen?
They know where to go. We know where to go.
It's like a known, right? If it's out on the street, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna come.
I once donated food to like a food bank, and they weigh it, and then they give you a little like paper, like a receipt, let you know how much you donated. And you can collect those, and you can like make something out of it. You can put like you donated collectively 1,000 pounds of food.
Yeah.
How many pounds of like bikes and like old tables and furniture did we put out there for the community to take? You know what I'm saying? Like, we basically run a charity. Yeah, we just can't deduct taxes from it.
Yeah, when I lived in San Francisco, I actually collected
legal.
almost a stereo.
Really?
Yeah, I got a receiver and I got speakers on the streets of San Francisco. It's because it's, you know, what do you call it? Most people who live in San Francisco are not from San Francisco.
Figured, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a transient community. So if people move in, all of a sudden, like, something happens, they have to move out. So they just put all this shit on the street. These speakers are not from theirs, but none of my equipment was there. But yeah, you can find a lot of useful shit. Like,
that seems like a smart move, like to just put all your stuff out there and then the community just takes it. Versus like throwing it out and then that's more garbage that's in the ocean.
Yeah, it depends
That's
what
true,
you throw out, yeah.
I mean, there's probably a handful of things you can't throw out, right? Like,
oh, you know what'd be hella cool? Is if, check this out. Check this idea out, guys. So,
lay it on us, dude.
Here's the idea. Once a month, the community, all of Long Beach, whatever stuff they want to get rid of. Old bicycles, tables, stands, stereos, whatever, TVs, cars. They take it to this one giant swap meet-like location.
Okay.
And they put it there. And then people that want things that they're going to be given away, they put their name in a hat. And they get raffled off.
That's not a bad idea.
So the first thing, but here's the thing. You don't want them taking just all the good shit. Your name gets pulled first, you get to go in first, you get one item. You get one item, and then you gotta throw your shit back in, you gotta throw your name back in the hat.
Back in the hat, so you can go and get other items.
I mean, theoretically, you can get picked twice in a row.
That's what I was about to say.
But with all the names coming in and putting the name in the hat, it's highly unlikely.
Oh, no, yeah.
But if your name gets pulled, you get to go in, grab one item, and then you come out. All right, who's next? Go in there, grab one item. That way someone's not grabbing all the good stereos and leaving the bullshit for no one. stuff that no one wants for everyone else, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way. Just
I know.
a pot for everyone to get shit from, right?
It's like, and it's all stuff that wants to be given away. So they clear less clutter. We have less garbage being like having to have handled, and people get things that they need. It's like a functioning economy, almost in a sense.
Well, they should do, like in San Francisco, they used to have like a big trash day. That's what they called it. And so you can throw out whatever you want, like washing machines.
Anything?
Yeah, anything.
Wow.
And they will collect it. And I had a friend, Michael, who used to follow that around. He had like like it's, here you have all these like stores that are like secondhand stores.
Yeah.
So he had one. And what he did, he followed these trash days around.
That's smart.
Yeah. So he would resell everything. And one time he went into the Chinese, I think it was the Richmond district in San Francisco. He found 3 New Year's, Chinese New Year's envelopes.
Really?
So Chinese,
Oh shit!
No way!
yeah,
Doesn't he have like a lot of money?
$900, dude. He just found $900 in cash.
$900.
Gung Hei Fat Choice.
Yeah.
Damn.
And people just like threw that shit away.
$900. Just
Wow.
So 3 different, like each envelope.
They had to be
Christ.
new Chinese people. Like they had to marry into the Chinese family, and then they thought, oh, they probably gave us like coupons, and then they threw it away. That's crazy, because those red envelopes always have cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
So those must be like non-Chinese people that married into a Chinese family. They got envelopes, and they're like, oh, I don't want this shit.
I don't know. I mean, some like Asian people are fucking. That's nothing to them, dude. Think about it.
Like, they open it like, oh, $1 bills, and they throw it away.
Oh, it's $300.
These are 20s.
There you go. Like, you never know, dude. There's some really petty people out there. That's nothing to them.
And yeah, Chinese friend, this lady had a house. She was,
Mm.
she's probably dead now, but I met her like been out of San Francisco like 20 years, and so I met her. She's like 60. She's all, yeah, my parents bought this house for like $200.
How big was the house?
It's probably like
Like
3
a-
bedrooms.
Still a house.
Yeah, it's still yeah.
Shit, $200 house.
Imagine now, shit.
If
dude.
I can just travel
Yeah.
in the time and then just go back and like buy all that.
I would
property.
fucking sell it.
Just buy all the land.
Would you like wait and then sell it like now, or would you sell it then?
I sell it now.
I wouldn't do any of
Okay.
that. I would rent it. I would rent that land for sure.
It's not in a really good neighborhood. I mean, it's not in a bad neighborhood. It's
Okay.
in a it's not like in a hip neighborhood.
Even if I have something in a bad
It's in
neighborhood,
Richmond
I would
district.
rent it
Oh,
out for
okay.
sure. I'd still rent out. Like, you can, bad neighborhood is still land. You can put like a dispensary there. I would put something I don't want getting robbed. Like a laundromat. I'll put a laundromat there.
It was differently in a neighborhood.
Yeah, either laundromat or movie theater or like a,
But a movie theater would get robbed for sure.
think so?
I worked at one. We would get robbed.
Oh shit! No way, dude.
What
Wow, that's
movie did you
ballsy,
say?
dude.
I worked in one all the way out in Moreno Valley in the Inland Empire.
Mobile.
Yeah, Mobile. Yep.
Yeah, I should get ripped off.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it was a cheap one too. It was like $3.50 to get in.
Why would you rob that one?
Dude, people there are trashy.
I would have robbed I paid $14 a movie ticket last night. I gotta rob that one.
Yeah, like
Dude, the Inland Empire is fucking something else, dude. You never lived there.
bro.
No.
No.
I lived in like.
I used to date a girl
Oh,
that
for
lived
real?
out in Hemet. That's as
Yeah,
far
it's
as
the
it
worst
goes.
mistake ever made.
Everyone goes out there because
Really?
rent's cheap. Like you can get like a 1-bedroom for like $450 a month,
Probably like fucking 250. Who fucking wants to live there?
I
right?
mean,
Dude, it's like total trash.
And then you drive out to Orange County for your job. You do the 2 hours.
that's what everyone does. That's what everyone does. They all come out here.
That's the move.
Yeah, that's the move. Because in Orange County, there's fucking hella money, dude. You just gotta find it. That's it.
And apartments in Orange County are hella expensive.
Fuck that shit, dude.
So the move is to work
Apartments
there.
here are getting up there.
Yeah, luckily we got rent control. Holla,
Really?
rent control. Holla.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, California's getting rent control.
How do you think we afford to live here,
Yeah.
dog? Like,
Well, because of our shitty carpet.
and
Well,
we
that's fine.
did have to put up our own curtains too. That's pretty janky of them.
I mean, but look at these curtains. Y'all can't see them, but these curtains are fucking nice.
Oh
dude.
yeah, I mean they can see the ones in the background, the purple ones.
Oh, those
Like,
purple ones are tight, dude.
Those don't do justice to like what we got going on this
No,
side.
these are nice.
That
They're
our
the same
listeners and
curtains.
watchers can't see.
But they're placed different.
But like the way this one, this is like Game of Thrones type shit. This is like the Witcher type castle vibe. Yeah. But that's true. I mean, that's why, like, what the point is, though, is that, like, where the jobs are at, the apartments around the jobs are hella expensive.
Yep.
So I can see myself, like, moving out to, like, Ontario.
Yeah, I totally went through the whole gentrification of San Francisco. Like, when
Really?
I first moved there, I had a 3-bedroom apartment.
Really?
And it was $900.
Fuck.
I had to pay $300.
For your room?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Shit, that's not that bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that was 1993.
I know.
It was a ways from now, yeah.
Yeah, I saw everything like escalate
Only
to
we
like
knew.
To now, so what do you think of it now then? Since you've seen like the change from then to now.
You know what I mean? Like I visit there
Yeah.
and it's like I saw the change when I moved there.
Yeah.
And what people did is like they moved out of San Francisco, they moved to Oakland.
Oh, okay.
That's what the artistic people did. And then Oakland kind of got that thing, and yeah, it's just and it's happening in Long Beach too. Not in our neighborhood. Well,
That's why I don't want to see, like, the Angels or the Clippers come to Long Beach. Because then the
That
property,
makes sense.
everything just goes up.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is in Orange County. You got what? Like you got the Angels there, you have the Ducks there, you have fucking Disneyland, which I hate, and then you have what is it? Knott's
you
very
can't.
far. Yeah. Like,
You
And the
can't,
worst
you
part
can't
is-
accuse
yeah.
like Disney. I mean, Disneyland was there since like 19.
No, but even then, like even because they keep changing it, and as they keep changing it, prices go up.
And the thing
prices
is,
go up.
they convince politicians, like, oh, this is good for the economy. It's going to bring in tourist money.
Yeah.
That money's not going to us. In fact, it just
Nope.
drives out the people that were there beforehand.
Yep.
Because now they can't afford to live there, and the bougie-ass owners move in closer to that spot.
Yep.
So, like, when and also Disneyland pays like shit.
And
And they finesse, dude, they finesse taxpayers like out of $500 million for a parking garage, like, and we don't see any of that, bro. Like, how many Disneyland employees like sleep out of their car? Like, no
A
bullshit.
good minute. A good minute.
I always thought to myself, if I ever get rich, I want to own apartments and I'm gonna keep the rent cheap. And on top of that, I'm gonna have a raffle for like only Disneyland employees
Yeah.
to win $1,000. I'm gonna have that like once a year if I ever get rich.
Why don't you just do that for everyone? $1,000 for where
Just
we're
to
living.
really stick it to Disneyland, you know.
Oh,
Just-
you want to stick it to
I want to
Disneyland?
make a point. Be like, listen, these employees really need the cash because no one who's working at Disneyland, especially entry level, can barely afford rent. On top of that, the job sucks.
Oh, the job is trash.
I've never had to work there, but I used to date a girl that did, and I'd hear all the stories of like people being rude as heck, the managers, the shift leaders having to deal with them. The hours were shitty, having to like close or having to take over like certain things.
Exactly. It's just not really like the best thing to do, but it's the only thing to do.
And
right?
then also,
Yeah.
a serious way to make a living there is to sell your walk-ins. How you can, if you're with Play Disneyland, you can walk in like 4 people.
Yeah, that's how most the cast members make their money.
Shit, that's how I'm getting in this weekend.
Well, so, like, what does that mean?
Giving
though,
back to the
what-
community, you know?
Walk-in, so like people sell, so cast members or people who work there get a certain amount of tickets they can give to members of family, but they usually sell them to the people who want them.
You'll even go like on Craigslist or OfferUp
Yep.
and be like selling my walk-ins for this Saturday or something.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
the
walk-ins are like a +1.
Yeah, it's a
Or,
+1, yeah,
Guest
yeah.
list.
But what's
Yeah.
funny is they literally have to walk you in.
Yeah, they have to walk you in, but as soon as they walk you in, go do whatever the fuck you want.
Like, all right, nice
Yeah.
meeting you, Uncle Dave. Have a good rest of your trip. Type of vibe.
Ah.
Yeah, that's it.
After they walk you in past the gate.
Yeah, I've had 3 cousins that I walked in with.
so
So like, yeah, so it's like, you meet a couple of times, you're like, all right, fam, let's go, and then bam, you do your own thing.
But
That's
think
it.
about it, if a ticket's like $199 to get in per person, then the person who works there would be like, yo, I'll get you in for $100 a person, half off. You would rather use the walk-in. On top of that, you're giving it to someone who's not the corporation, which feels a lot better too. You're giving it to like an actual employee there. So that's the
Right.
move. Now, they may or may catch you depending on how often you do it,
I mean,
but that's part of the game,
they usually don't give 2 fucks,
you know.
because that means nothing to them.
They charge $100 a person.
Exactly. They charge
they
a
do.
ridiculous amount already.
Oh, and then
people
also
come,
once you're
yeah.
in, the churros, the water, the drinks,
they still make their money.
they're
back.
making their bank. That's really all. That's really where you bust their nut. Is all once you're inside, the money you spend
Well,
inside.
isn't like the people like the businesses there, they're like independent businesses from Disneyland now.
I mean,
It's kind of like a haircutter. Who
Somewhere,
like,
right?
Yeah.
kind of, because they still like the businesses in downtown and the businesses inside, they still pay money to be there.
Right.
So yeah. So they're still getting probably fucked in the ass by Disneyland, because they still gotta pay high taxes. Because that land that they're on is mad expensive already, right? And then they got the taxes they still gotta pay, and then other shit that they gotta pay. Disneyland will come up with some bullshit as fees. They always will. Like, you breathe our air, all right, $10, right? That's just how it is. That's just how Disneyland is, and I fucking hate Disneyland for that.
It makes so much
you used to
bank
work there?
too.
No, but I've had family members that do, and they just tell me things about it, and I'm just like, I just hate Disneyland. Like, I don't like going there in general. Like, I've been
When you
there-
know an employee, when you live in Anaheim just in general, you grow to hate Disneyland because of how they treat their employees and how low they pay them, and like all the bullshit that Disneyland employees have to deal with. And then you hear about like how much bank they're bringing in off of the Avengers, off of the new rides they're building, Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, they buy like fucking Lucasfilm. I mean,
Yeah,
they have money. They have
exactly,
money.
They have hella money, but they're so
I'm gonna smoke
stingy.
cigarette.
They're so stingy with it. That's
It's
the
that
thing.
greed. It's that greed.
Well, I mean, that's how corporations are.
Wait, what are you
Sadly.
gonna smoke a cigarette?
Yeah.
In the middle of the podcast? Hella cool. All right, we'll figure out how to pause this.
Fuck it.
Let me see where we're at. Well, we're like 36 minutes deep.
I mean, like you said, like, you can do the part 2, or you can whatever do the fuck you
Yeah,
want.
let's just pause this. All right.
We're
gonna piss break.
What a new package.